Chapter 2. Into the lion's den, Dani said.
Danielle and the lions,
Tommy said.
That has a ring to it. Hopefully we'll get the same kind of help he had.
Hopefully we won't need it, Dani said.
We're here.
Tommy put the Jaguar in neutral, handed his keys to the parking valet. A boy who didn't look old enough to drive walked around the front of the car and opened the door for Dani. Couples waiting to enter had gathered on the patio outside the art museum. Men in tuxedos and cashmere overcoats. Women accessorized in pearls and gold and diamond chandelier earrings. The last time Dani Harris, a forensic psychiatrist, and Tommy Gunderson, her assistant, had visited St. Adrian's Academy for Boys, it had been to question a boy they'd suspected of murdering a girl named Julie Leonard at a place called Bulls Rock Hill. Dani's employer, Ralston Foley Behavioral Consulting, had been hired to consult with the district attorney's office. Although the DA had officially closed the case, as far as Dani and Tommy were concerned, it wasn't over. And though Dani was technically on leave of absence to deal with any post-traumatic stress disorder she might be experiencing, she knew there was no time to waste.
Ready when you are,
Tommy said. In his pocket, he had a device he'd purchased on the internet, an electronic bug in the form of a coil of wire with what looked like a small black transformer on one end and a USB jack on the other. It could be plugged into a free USB port in the back of any computer, where its presence would go unnoticed, hidden in plain sight in the nest of wires and cords most people had connecting their peripheral devices. Once programmed and in place, it would use the internet to transfer all the host computer's hard drive and keystroke data to a second monitoring computer, in this case, Tommy's. They'd come to plant the bug or die trying, though dying wasn't part of the plan exactly. Onward, Dani replied, offering Tommy her elbow. The art museum was a brightly lit modern building with straight, clean lines and white surfaces on an ancient campus where the dormitories, halls, administration building, and student commons favored stone or red brick covered with ivy. Slate roofs, garrets, balconies, leaded windows, bell towers, sloping dormers, marble cornices, and chimneys capped in wrought iron. The occasion was an exhibition marking the first time the major works of Dutch Renaissance painter Hieronymus Bosch had been shown in America. The show included his mysterious triptych, Garden of Earthly Delights, on loan from the Prado in Madrid, but owned by St. Adrian's alumnus Udo Bauer, a German multi-billionaire whose family owned Linz Pharmaceutica. Dani's boss had received an invitation, but had a prior commitment and couldn't attend. Dani had said she'd be happy to go in her stead, though happy wasn't the right word, because she didn't know how to be happy and scared at the same time. Inside, Tommy steered Dani to the coat room off the entry hall. Quite the turnout, Dani said. A who's who of East Salem. The reception was in the atrium. Boys in black pants, white shirts, and black bow ties circulated bearing silver trays of canapes or glasses of wine. Dani accepted a tomato and basil bruschetta as Tommy surveyed the room.
Keep an eye out for anything that isn't human, he said,
and make allowances for bad plastic surgery. They passed two women in conversation, both of whom looked like their faces had been shrink-wrapped in cellophane. A student string ensemble in the corner provided chamber music. They played well, Dani thought, but mechanically and without much feeling. There was, she noted, a kind of flattened affect to many of the boys in attendance, a palpable stiffness. They were all polite, but unsmiling, slightly robotic. Her evaluation of the St. Adrian student they'd suspected, Amos Kasdan, had been that he'd suffered from a dissociative identity disorder. His mind had become disconnected from his body, and nothing seemed real to him. Emotions reduced to ideas, and confusing ones at that. Zero empathy. Somewhere in the computer belonging to Dr. Adolph Gary, the school psychologist, there had to be a file.